wake up, look around, and wonder what the hell happened to this country? Because I do, every single day. We live in a South Africa where little girls are dancing like they are auditioning for an R-rated music video. Boys are terrified to be boys. And then we're told that all of this is progress. It's progress, guys, just the process. And then the cherry on top, it's all thanks to feminism. Yes, I said it. Feminism came in, sold everyone a dream, and then left us all back here with a nightmare. So let me get this straight. Feminism gave us freedom. But somehow that freedom means little girls twerking for TikTok challenges like they are auditioning for Gomorrah, women wearing outfits so small they could fit in a Barbie doll, and God being evicted from each and every one of our lives like some illegal tenant in a Stanton apartment. Let's be real. Feminism doesn't empower South African women. It's dragged them into a pit of degeneracy. And now we are left wondering why the country feels like one big episode of Uzalo. Feminism sold us a fairy tale. Equality for women, they said. Remember that? Sounds noble, right? I also thought it was noble. But then the moment feminism hit South Africa, it just became something entirely different. Instead of focusing on actual women empowerment, it morphed into this toxic ideology that stripped away values, morality, and identity. Suddenly, the fight wasn't about equal pay or opportunities. Now it was about erasing boundaries. Feminism convinced women that to be empowered, they needed to act like men. Or worse, like caricatures of men. Ew. And what did we get in return? Oh, we got abortion laws that made it easier to kill a child than it is to cancel a contract with Eskom. Now we've got body positivity campaigns that basically translate to wear whatever you want, even if it looks like you stole it from a Brat stall. And the result, you ask? Oh, just a generation of women walking around half naked preaching empowerment, while the boys they're trying to impress are barely passing their matric results anyway because they are simping on those same feminist women. But to make you understand how feminism has ruined this country to the bone, let me take you down a little history detour, shall I? So back to the 90s, Mandela's release, democracy's birth, and everyone singing Sholoza. South Africa was supposed to be entering a golden age, a land of milk and honey. But what snuck in alongside freedom? You want to know? Feminism. Like an uninvited relative at a family braai, like Satan in the Catholic Church, it got up, grabbed a plate, and started giving instructions to everyone in the house. Now I know what you're thinking, but wasn't feminism supposed to empower women? Let me answer that question with this. Wasn't the ANC supposed to be a good party? Exactly. They teach you how to burn your bra and morals in record time. Remember those early days of democracy? The ANC Women's League, no pun intended, was out here talking about uplifting women. And we all clapped. Because hey, who doesn't want progress, especially for women, right? But somewhere along the way, they went so far left, they didn't even know what right was anymore. Feminism didn't just want equality, it wanted chaos in South Africa. Suddenly, men were told down to sit and shut up. Now, men were told to sit down and shut up, and whatever they wanted. Suddenly, men were told to sit down and shut up and be humble, and women were encouraged to, well, do whatever they wanted, even if it made no sense. It's like feminism saw Mandela's message of reconciliation and said, nah, let's turn this into a WWE match between the sexes instead. Next thing you know, the Kasi streets are filled with slogans like Watinda Abafazi, Watinda Imbogodo. But the Imbogodo in question is now being used to throw at anyone who dares to suggest that maybe not all traditions are bad. And don't even get me started on how feminism seeped into our culture bit by bit. Look at our music. In the 90s, we had Brenda Fassie singing about love and heartbreak in South Africa, strength. Fast forward and today you've got women shaking their hips to lyrics about Indoda e Dubai, which is basically a code for a rich blesser. Feminism said, you don't need a man. But Amapiano said, unless he got that cash, you know what I'm saying? Even our soapies caught the feminism bug. Remember Generations, the real Generations? Back in the day, Karabo Moroka was running companies and still respected her elders. These days, every female character is either plotting revenge or sleeping with her boss for a promotion. Feminism told us that this was empowerment, but in reality, it just turned our TV dramas into softcore versions of Uzalo. Am I right? Feminism didn't just knock on South Africa's door. It kicked it down, rearranged the furniture, and told the men to stand outside because patriarchy. And the worst part, We all let it happen because we were too busy enjoying our newfound freedom to notice that we were being sold a hell of a lie. So here we are decades later with a generation that thinks empowerment means twerking on TikTok and doing ceiling challenges and calling it activism. Well done, feminism. No, honestly, well done. You've officially turned this rainbow nation into a circus nation. Let's not sugarcoat this. Feminism is the reason abortion laws are as loose now as Julius Malema's tongue during a speech. Feminists told women it's your body, it's your choice. But nobody thought about the consequences. Now we have clinics filled with young girls who treat abortion like it's some casual Friday activity. Oh, I missed my period, but no stress, Miguel. Let me just hit up the clinic real quick before I go to Groove tonight. Uteng or 10 o'clock, Aniti. And let's talk about the guys. These so-called woke feminists love to demonize men. But they forget that their precious abortion laws let men escape responsibility entirely. Why bother being a father when abortion is an option? See how evil that sounds? Because feminism doesn't liberate women. It liberated irresponsible behavior for both genders, giving them a pathetic excuse by killing the child. So I'm not going to sit here and act like we don't have feminist boys too, who call themselves men, participating in this degeneracy. But I'm not going to sit here and act like we don't have feminist boys who call themselves men, participating in this pathetic degeneracy. Because South Africa has blessed us with so-called woke boyfriends feminism has blessed us with. You know them. You know the type of guys out here calling themselves feminists as well just to impress women. But let's be honest, they just don't want to pay the bill for dinner. You know the type of guy I'm talking about, man. The guy who shows up to your date in Crocs and says, why don't we split the bill? Gender equality, right? Bruh, if gender equality means I have to pay for my own meal, I'd rather starve, thank you very much. Feminism told men it's okay to be soft. But now we're dealing with guys who cry during Marvel movies and can't even open a pickle jar without asking for help from the very same feminist girlfriends. And the irony of all this, these so-called woke boyfriends are the first ones to disappear when the going gets tough. You'll catch them posting about toxic masculinity on Instagram, but the moment a spider shows up in the room, they are running faster than a taxi driver during a police roadblock. Don't say that about my girlfriend, Summer. My girlfriend is the best thing to have ever happened to me. You said that about your last girlfriend, and then she left you because of the bootlicker you've turned into. And then you went on and started dating somebody else who thinks like a degenerate. As if you didn't learn your lesson earlier. And let's talk about this so-called empowerment through fashion. Ladies, can I ask you something? When did looking like a Kasi Street Festival become the gold standard for empowerment? You can't tell me you're a strong, independent woman while wearing an outfit that looks like you wrestled a roll of cling wrap and lost. You know the outfit I'm talking about. The one that barely covers anything. The with material so thin, you could use it as a filter for making homebrew beer. Feminism used to say, it's your body, it's your choice, and it still says that. But they forgot to mention that choices come with consequences, my darling. Dressing like you're going for a 24-hour conquer event doesn't scream empowerment. It screams, please sponsor me with airtime. And the funniest part, they'll call you misogynistic if you point it out. Like me, they'll call me a misogynist for making this video. Why are you looking? They'll ask. Sisi, you're wearing an outfit so loud, even my ancestors can see it from the afterlife. You can't wear a neon green bodysuit to the mall and then act surprised when people stare at you like you're a walking highlighter, wearing a fishnet on top of that. Ladies, if your man spends more time talking about feminism than he does fixing the leaking tap in your bathroom, you don't have a boyfriend. You have a roommate with bad opinions. Feminism doesn't make men better. It makes them useless. Remember a time when women dressed with dignity? When being a lady was something to aspire to? Yeah, me neither, because feminism came along and told women that modesty is oppression. Now we have women at Konka wearing outfits so revealing, they might as well just go naked and save the fabric. Wear what you want. Don't judge us, Summer. It's my body and it's my choice. Let's be honest here. When you're dressed like a KFC Streetwise special, don't be surprised when the dogs start barking, because feminism has convinced women that showing skin is the ultimate form of empowerment. And now what do we have? We've got 14-year-old girls wearing crop tops to church and 19-year-olds wearing miniskirts to job interviews. And don't even get me started on social media. Have you been on Instagram lately? If you have been, you'll notice that half of these influencers look like they're auditioning for a reality show about bad decisions. Feminism said, express yourself. And now everyone's expressing themselves straight to OnlyFans. Every time I scroll through reels, there's always that one girl who's twerking. It's practically a trend now. Before feminism, teenage pregnancies were a tragedy. Now, oh, they're practically a trend. Feminism told girls, you don't need a man to raise a child. And guess what? That message stuck like gum under your boot. But they forgot to add something, that raising a child on your own is much harder than trying to get a passport at Home Affairs. Our schools are filled with teenage mothers who are still trying to figure out how to calculate compound interest. Feminism didn't tell them the truth. It didn't tell them that single motherhood is a struggle, that raising a child without a father is setting that child up for failure. But hey, as long as they're empowered, right? And speaking of empowerment, why don't we talk about the famous app the feminist warriors just love to use to indoctrinate mine and your children? TikTok. TikTok. The app that feminists use to take the world by storm and turn our children into backup dancers for Satan. Feminism told young girls, you're strong, you're independent, and you can do whatever you want. And apparently, what they want is to twerk under the ceiling with the phone on the top of the ceiling in front of their bedroom mirrors for likes. Have you seen these challenges? I'm not even joking. The same girls who can't finish their homework in grade 4 are out here perfecting their twerking game like they're preparing for a world heavyweight championship in the Royal Rumble. And their parents, they're either too busy trying to make ends meet or too afraid to discipline their kids because feminism told them that spanking is child abuse. Let's not forget what feminism did to men. It's like masculinity has become a crime. In South Africa, boys are being told that being strong, confident, and assertive is toxic. Feminism has rebranded masculinity as something truly evil. And now we have a generation of boys who are afraid to be boys, let alone men. And don't even get me started on this whole gender debate thing. Boys are out here chopping off their balls because feminism told them they can be whatever they want to be. Newsflash, if you are born a boy, you are a boy. No amount of surgery or hormone treatments is going to change that. Feminism didn't empower anyone. It just confused the heck out of everybody. When last did you hear someone on TV or someone in the political party you vote for talk about God? Because feminism told us religion is oppressive, the Bible is outdated, and that the faith has no place in modern society. And then what happened? You lost your moral compass, feminists. Now instead of looking to God for guidance, you look to celebrities and influencers who feed you more lies. Instead of teaching your children about true value, we are teaching them about living their truth. Feminism didn't just attack men and women. It attacked our faith. It attacked our traditions and our sense of purpose. Feminism loves to paint itself as the hero of the story. But the truth is, it's always been the villain. It promised empowerment but delivered chaos. It promised equality but delivered division. Feminism did not save South Africa. It single-handedly destroyed it. And if you're offended by this, maybe it's time to ask yourself why. Why am I offended by this video? Maybe it's time to stop buying into the feminist narrative and start actually questioning the damage it's done. Look at things around you. Look around you. Feminism is like those people who stand in long queues at Home Affairs just to end up complaining about the service. You wanted equality, but now you're mad that men don't open doors for you anymore? Make it make sense for me, please. And can we talk about the hypocrisy? Because feminists love to scream about body positivity, but let a man say he prefers women who are fit and go to the gym and take care of their bodies, suddenly he's a misogynist. So it's okay for women to be fat and have preferences, but not for men? Got it. If you're tired of this madness, if you're tired of these lies, then welcome to the realm of reason. Click the link in the description because there we are not afraid to speak the truth. We tell it how it is and we put it like that on the table. Here we are not afraid to speak the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Feminism might have destroyed South Africa, but we can rebuild it. But it starts with rejecting the lies, embracing your values, and remembering who you truly are. So are you ready to step into my realm of reason Discord server? If you are, click on the link in the description below. Or do you want to just keep talking your way into oblivion? The choice is yours. And by the way, if you are offended by this, go see the therapist who keeps chowing your money.